Hey guys, it's Cameron, and I'm gonna put a disclaimer before this video. I don't know if you can see it in the thumbnail. Okay, I'm just gonna edit the thumbnail where you guys won't see this thing. But I just have to put a disclaimer before this video because you're gonna think I'm stupid, but this image you are about to see is absolutely terrifying. I mean, without a doubt, this is got to be one of the creepiest photos, the most disturbing photos ever created in the history of mankind. And I'm probably gonna have another nightmare tonight. But guys, I feel like if I talk about it and with people, that it won't bother me as bad anymore. And it doesn't really bother me as much as it did back in the day. But God, this thing that Adult Swim created has got to be one of the scariest things imaginable. Like, I understand they probably did this to scare kids so they wouldn't be interested in Adult Swim, but they have it in freaking cities on a billboard. I mean, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and show you the image. Just be warned, it's disturbing. Here it is. Yes, it's a baby that's been photoshopped. I'm not kidding. This is just a photoshopped picture of a baby that they just found, and they put cat eyes and they turned the color dial to red. And yeah, you guys are probably wondering why I'm so terrified. Well, it's because they decided to put cat eyes on it. Now, of course, those eyes on a cat doesn't look that scary, but when it's on a baby that's red, I guess they're trying to make it look demonic, but God. So you guys are probably wondering where I heard about this thing from. Well, actually, in 2006, or 2007, most likely 2006, I was going... my parents were taking me to Atlanta for a doctor's appointment. I'm not sure why we visited a doctor in Atlanta, but we did apparently. And we passed by Turner Broadcasting, the headquarters of Cartoon Network and Adult Swim. And I remember we passed by that billboard, and I turned around and I saw it, and oh my God, I just started to break down crying. I mean, I remember Mom wondering what was wrong, and I told her, that billboard's scary, and, yeah, it was. And here's the thing, I didn't know what it was at the time. Like, I just knew with its big old eyes, it was a threat in my mind. And, for years, I came up with these conspiracy theories, and I even created, like, an image of what it could be, and, I think it was a coping mechanism, but basically, I just turned it into something non-scary. I made it like a claymation character. He had like a sad look on him, but it didn't look scary. I can't really describe it, but yeah, so my mind, trying to cope with the traumatic experience, I turned it into something non-scary, basically. And, the claymation thing, I actually thought, for some reason, well, actually, it reminded me of this. I think it was, I don't know what country it was from. I don't know if it's the UK or another European country, but there was this claymation character named Morph, and I guess it just reminded me of that. Then in 2010, I finally got tired of constantly thinking about it, so I decided, you know what, I'm going to face my fear. I'm going to look this freaking thing up. I'm going to look up this creature and see if it actually exists. So I just typed in Adult Swim billboard to see if I could finally find it. And one of the first results, lo and behold, it was the baby staring right into my soul. And I was so terrified. I immediately ran into my neighbor's door. I exited out of the page and I went to my next door neighbor's door, and I knocked and I said, dude, could you help me with something real quick? So I asked him just to look it up because I didn't really get that good of a look at it. And I think I asked him what it was, and he said it was a baby. And I was like, oh, dear God, that's terrifying. And yeah, it was just a crazy experience. And I just wanted to share this to people and see if they remember seeing this thing. Now, I don't think this was shown in every city. It was mostly Atlanta, maybe Boston, LA, Chicago, probably. New York City, most of the major U.S. cities, but it may have not been shown at all of them, just a few. Maybe just a few of them, but Yeah, and I hope one day I find the artist who made this image. It's absolutely terrifying. It's weird. It's crazy that they have not put this thing on TV. Like, for years, I thought this was like a lost bumper that they also made into a billboard, but I mean, that could exist. That could just be a really rare Adult Swim bumper. Maybe one that was just too terrifying for people to even share online. But no, you would think somebody would mention it, so it probably doesn't exist. Thank God. But yeah, I'm just surprised that this thing did not cause traffic accidents because of how terrifying it is. I mean, if I was driving down Atlanta or LA on a normal day and passed by that damn thing, I would crash. It would be so scary. I would literally freak out. Like, who designed this thing? Like, I want to meet the guy who designed this and just tell him, why did you make something? I want to ask him why he made something so terrifying. But here's the funny thing. I've emailed Adult Swim a billion times. Well, actually not a billion times, but I think I've messaged them once or twice asking about the origin of this thing. And one time they did reply to me saying they don't remember making this. I sense that something sussy is going on. Because surely they would have remembered making this. I mean, it was made in 2006, according to my research, and I think they're just trying to cover it up, but I'm not sure why they would. It's strange. Maybe the person responding for Adult Swim didn't know about it, and maybe someone else there knew about it. I don't know. But I will say this thing has given me absolute nightmares over the years, and I just, like I said before, I feel like talking about this thing with somebody will actually make me feel a little better, and hopefully I'll never have nightmares about this thing ever again one of these days. But yeah, guys, that's the terrifying tale of the Adult Swim baby.